The world premiere production of Angela's Ashes the Musical, opening at the Bord Gáis Energy Theatre this July. Proudly sponsoring the Camera Club.
Now, for July's Camera Club, we teamed up with the Bord Gáis Energy Theatre and their production of Angela's Ashes the Musical, choosing the Irish at home and abroad as our theme. So from sightseeing abroad to places that reminded people of home, and to also places here, etc, etc, etc. It was a very broad concept, and really what we wanted to do was we wanted to get people to use their imagination to see what they came up with. So it was as wide or as narrow as that, if you know what I mean. But anyway, the entries came flooding in, and photographer Jenny McCarthy joins us alongside her three finalists, and I suspect, although she hasn't confirmed this for me, that this might have been one of the trickiest of all, because if you have an idea of what you think you're looking for, but then it can be anything at all.
Yes.
But that's why we get you, because you're brilliant at that sort of stuff.
Thanks.
Right. Let's go straight to our contestants, and we're going to go down to the end there, and a man called Jim Fennelly. Good morning, Jim. You're very welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Right, tell us a bit about yourself. You started, your mother got you a camera when you were like a lad. Yeah. And you were a kind of an avid photographer, and then you left it, you got married, life, etc, etc, and you had an accident about 10 years ago, and then you decided, I'm going to get back into this full time. Yeah, two friends of mine, Alf and Jeff Harvey, said to me to get back in. They're two photographers, and Alf, down the years, being friendly with him, and he said, come on, he says, I'm doing classes. Let's go, get camera, and we go. So. And you remember the Mount Rath Camera Club? Yeah, I'm chairman of the Mount Rath Club. Part of the world we know well, because a former friend of ours, Claire Byrne, is from Rathdowney and Mount Rath, so it's a part of the world we know well. Now, is it true that you follow hunts? Yeah, I follow the hunt all winter long, the leash hunt all winter long. I have a 4x4 chair. I tell you, it must be a hell of a chair, isn't it? It is, and there's hell of men following it. They actually brought me in this chair in across a field in Port Arlington one day. Wow. To get horses jumping off a ditch. Wasn't that brilliant? Powerful, they're powerful people. Now, tell us about this photograph, right? This looks like it could have been taken a century ago, but in actual fact, it was originally done in colour. Yeah, it was in colour, and I just changed it black and white, and it was taken down at PJ Elbert down as you go into Durrow in County Laois. He'd sowed 2 acres of oats, and he was he'd done it all by horse, but the old way. It was ploughed and tilled and sown by horse, and then cut with the binder and trashed with the old thrashing mill. And so hence why you decided to do it in black and white then? Yeah, so. I tell it's back in time. I vaguely remember the thrashings, and it was back in time. It was Ireland to me. The man of the ground. It's a remarkably evocative photograph. And I mean, if somebody had said to me, oh, look, this is from an archive photograph, I wouldn't have argued with it. So you nailed it. Well done to you, sir. Thanks. We'll leave you there. Jenny will give her kind of a professional assessment a little later on. Now, let's move to our middle contestant. This is Jen Hyland. Hiya, Jen. Hiya. I think this is one of the world's most famous sites, so we all recognise it immediately. I'm assuming that's you in the Dubs jersey. Yeah, it is me. I will forgive you for that. Right, OK. And you're in Machu Picchu. Now, this wasn't just the adventure of a lifetime, which would be for a lot. It was also a deeply personal trip for you as well. That's right, yeah. You can tell us as much or as little about that as you want, but set the photograph up and how you took it. So, the two of us went to the Inca Trail. We went to the Andes Mountains for 4 days. That's June of this year? Yeah, we went last month, yeah. And we went to Peru for 3 weeks, and the 4th day then we got to Machu Picchu, which was this point. So the goal of the Inca Trail, I suppose, was to get to Machu Picchu, number one, and then number two was just to get back some self-belief and hope after losing my dad. So it was a really, really deeply emotional journey for you. And physically very gruelling. So I'm assuming the whole thing was very cathartic. Yeah, I was knackered. That was the word I was looking for, actually. And I was in dire need of a wash as well. I won't lie to you. But it was amazing. It was actually so cool because there was a group of us who did the trek for 4 days, and you could take the shortcut, which was getting a train up from Machu Picchu, and it was so funny because a lot of people will get to this spot to get that iconic picture with Machu Picchu in the background, and half the people would be trekkers, all a bit sweaty, shiny faces, and then you could tell who was fresh off the train, you know, their hair done and looking like $1 million. So now there's another symbolism in it as well too, is that obviously you're a proud Dub, right? And your dad was a really proud Dub and a major Dub supporter, and you lost him on the day of the All-Ireland final.
right.
Hence the jersey.
Yeah.
So, like, there's it's a beautiful shot. It's magnificent, but also it's layered. It's riven with meaning. It's a beautiful shot.
I had to wear it. You know.
One of those things that was meant to be. Yeah, okay. And by the way, that's Kieran there with you as well, because he went up to the top of the mountain and took the photograph. And you told him exactly what to do, how to do it.
I did. I never gave him a break.
So you directed the photograph, but he actually took it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was asking for Machu Picchu to the left, you know, that way, and make sure that my jersey looked a bit crumpled because it was such hard work, you know, that way. Like, so. Yeah, so Kieran took the shot. So,
well, it's nice to see you starting off your relationship the way it's going to proceed for the rest of your lives, all right? So good luck with that, Kieran. Thank you very much. Now, we'll move to our last one here. This is John Doyle. Good morning, John. You're from Sagart originally, but you're now living in the Midlands.
That's right, yes.
OK, but in the meantime, you also spent about 10 years in Alabama.
I did.
Where you never saw a blade of green.
Absolutely. Yes.
So when you came home, and one of your things is that we don't appreciate just how wonderful the green
Absolutely, we take it for granted, yeah, absolutely. Because when I'd be coming home, you know, I cut grass over in Alabama, and it turns brown for the winter period. Straw, absolutely. And when I'd come home for a visit, I'd be looking, I'd think, like, I'd say to his family, is it always green? Is there somebody do something with the grass? Is it always green like this? Like, you know what I mean? Which I just couldn't believe the colours. So for me, this was it. Like, you know what I mean?
This shot, tell us about this shot.
This, myself and my partner James went up to Gary Hinch Woods, and just as we were coming across the bridge, this couple that's photographed in it, we just happened to pass them. They were going the opposite direction, and I climbed down onto the embankment and turned around, and they were still standing there watching the other direction. So I just picked up the camera and snapped it, and there they were. You know, so
there is a very famous shot which appears on a lot of people's desktops. I think it may be part of the the Apple desktop things that you can get. It's known as the bamboo forest in China. Right. And it's incredible shades of green. You kind of think, it's a green photograph, and when you actually look at it, you didn't realise there were that many different shades of it. Absolutely. It's quite mesmerising. Yeah. And this has a very similar quality. Absolutely, yeah. That's what I just love about it. And then the reflection of the bridge and the water, and just the couple wearing the white just kind of makes the green pop for me, you know. It's they're all gorgeous. Look, you wouldn't have got this far unless they were like amazing photographs, right, Jen? Right, technical analysis.
Well, go back over to Jim's photograph again, like what you just said there. That could have been taken any time, and the fact that it was only taken a couple of years ago, like, is absolutely incredible. It definitely wouldn't have worked in colour. There's just no shadow of a doubt about that. Black and white was the way to go. And he literally just turned it into black and white. You didn't do any photoshopping at all. No. There's a couple of people in the background, and, like, again, if it had been in colour, they would have been just very distracting. But they're not distracting to me because, you know, it's not just a lovely black and white shot. It's a great character study as well, isn't it? It's just unreal, isn't it? You know, and I can't believe that he's still using horses and he appreciates his land so much. Like, you know, just the story then, after reading what you said about it, just tells 1,000
Right, on to Jen.
Jen, I didn't read your story until after I judged the photograph, thank God, because, I was emotional.
You'd have been in
my
buckets.
tea. I was, yeah. Incredible shot, incredible, powerful image, knowing the story behind it. Listen, the Irish home and abroad, like, hello. Up the dubs. Yeah. Incredible shot. Well done, you. I know she gave you a lot of direction. The fact that you're to the right of the shot, you know, and the scenery is to the left of the shot, like, it really works. Her hand and her finger going up to the point, you know, on the mountain there is just, like, for me, it was just a fun shot when I saw it first, you know. So, love it. And loved the use of colour in it as well, because the dub jersey. So,
all right, enough of the dubs, come on.
Yeah. Get up the yard. This is unreal. You know, wouldn't have been the same image if those two people hadn't have been in it. And the fact that you posed them to the left, or you had them over to the left of the shot, really works. The composition of it is amazing. The rule of thirds in it, a third, incredible.
It is extraordinary the way two tiny little bits of colour in basically what is a green background brings the whole thing into context. And
it's a different shot because they're there.
Completely. I mean, the whole thing comes to life.
And after I read your notes, like, you like taking landscapes and people, and you've combined the two here. Together. So it's an incredible shot.
Okay,
it really is.
This is the bit you hate. But go on.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, winner's prize is a pair of tickets to the show Saturday, 29th of July, overnight stay at the 5-star Marco Hotel, which is very posh, by the way. Runners-up prizes are a pair of tickets to the show's red carpet opening on Saturday, the 29th of July as well, and we have the envelopes here.
And the winner is Jim.
Congratulations.
Well done, Jim.
Well done, Jim. Very much. Not at all. You're more than welcome. I kind of think These are amazing. They're gorgeous, right? But that I think is timeless.
And there only can be one winner, you know.
But that means that she can enter again.
You completely can.
You've had your laptop. No, you've had your chips, sir. Thanks very much.
You're barred.
Listen, retire undefeated is my motto. Special thanks to the Bord Gáis Energy Theatre for those fantastic prizes, with all our finalists getting pairs of tickets to Angela's Ashes, the musical in the Bord Gáis, while the lucky winner, as we said, gets that overnight stay at the 5-star Marco Hotel. Now, our Ireland Camera Club will be taking a break for the month of August, but we will be back in September, so keep snapping over the summer.
The world premiere production of Angela's Ashes the musical, opening at the Bord Gáis Energy Theatre this July, proudly sponsoring the Camera Club.